What's good, ladies and gents of YouTube? BBKDRAGOON here, and check out who we got to play a match with. Yeah, good old Bravo. Pretty cool. Ended up being a really laggy match, but we won, and that's alright. So I'm back again today with some Master Chief Collection tips. I want to continue our discussion on Team Slayer. This game has some really good moments in it, but sort of a tragic ending. I have to say that, oh boy, another gameplay that starts with Dragoon sniping from red base. That's pretty much every Shrine gameplay I brought to you guys opens with this. Nobody's rushing for power weapons right now. It's really, I want to say weird, but I'm not actually that surprised just because most folks, when a new game comes out, you know, they don't rush for power weapons. So I'm getting sniped uncontested almost every single game. And I haven't gotten a blue side spawn very often. Anyway, the mid-game turns into a competition for the power positions on the map. What is a power position? Well, this is a spot on each map. Each map has a power position if it's Halo CE 2 or 3. 4 had power positions, but not to the same degree, and we can talk about that later. It's a really long discussion point, but let's say for Sanctuary, the map we're on right now, or Shrine, it's Ring 2. If you can control the center of the map, here Ring 2, you will apply pressure to your opponent. You have a lot of options for escaping. You have a lot of options for getting angles on your opponents. A power position is an area that allows you to apply pressure to the enemy spawn. It has a lot of good vantage points, and it has a lot of good escapes and places that you can get out of. S3 on Lockdown, that would be the sniper tower, is a good example of a power position. Obviously, positions on the map work in tandem with what weapon that you have. Now, if I've got the sniper rifle, I don't really want to be sitting inside Ring 2. Why? Unless I'm really, really good, I'm going to have a hard time with people who are aggressively entering Ring 2. Now, if I've got the shotgun like I do right now, I want to work my way towards Ring 2 because a weapon like the shotgun is going to allow me to control that power position. So once we gain control of the ring, we then can start poking out and anticipating the spawns. After we've wiped the team, we can look into the rock spawn, we can look over in their courtyard, we can look and see if the spawns have flipped. That's why power positions are so important. Every single map has them, and it would take a long time for me to, deliberately go into it. Some have multiple power positions. As it turns out, a map like Guardian, you can do quite well from the snipe tower, but you can also do quite well with a gold blue room setup. It just depends on how your team is playing it out. When it comes to the mid game, that competition for the power position is enhanced with power weapons. If the other team is controlling Ring 2 and you are behind, you really have to make a coordinated push with your teammates to be able to secure that power position. Now, I might be getting into things that are a little higher level than what I want to do this week, but leave it at this. If they have center control, that means they are going to get the rocket launcher. And an enemy with the rocket launcher is going to make it really hard for you to retake the center, which means the other team can continue to apply pressure. What it all boils down to is, if the other team is really skilled and they're controlling, let's say for Shrine, the center of the map, the power position, they're going to make it really, really hard for you to retake that power position. A lot of times you're going to have to make a coordinated push with your teammates, and that involves a push with the power weapons. So, old school Halo, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 2 Classic, Halo 3 and CE, not as much CE, but revolve around pushes with the power weapons, a coordinated push. Consider a game of Halo 3 to 4 if it's a long game, but 3 big moments where the game is going to elevate. 3 big moments, and that's when the power weapons come up. 3 peak moments where you're going to have a big chance to gain momentum back. Unless your BR or your team just magically outshoots the enemy massively, you're not going to come back from a deficit being behind easily without power weapons. So really keep that in mind. One of the things too I want to emphasize that I haven't brought up yet is watch your replays. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed with the state that matchmaking is still in. It is Friday as I'm recording this, and servers are still laggy sometimes. It's hard to get into matches consistently to the degree where you can grind games out. We haven't reached that point where you literally can just sit in a playlist, grind games over and over and over, and get that really good classic, playlist feeling of I'm going to keep playing for 2 hours and I'm going to get a boatload of matches. No, right now, you're not getting a ton of matches, and there's enough time in between games that you really lose focus, or at least I do. Watch your replays. Now is a really good time for that. There is nothing that you can do that will help you improve faster than to take yourself out of the play experience and watch what you're doing with a sharp eye. I've been doing replay reviews here on my channel for a long time. Unfortunately, right now, players can't upload their replays to the file share. I think it's going to be patched later. Hopefully it is, so I can do replay reviews for Halo 2 Anniversary and for the Master Chief Collection. But as it stands now, the best thing you can do as a player to improve is to watch your own replays. And right now, since you can't get into games, it's a good way to approach this. Think about it like this. When you play a game, there is so much that you miss. You cannot really critique yourself at the same time as playing. Now, really good players, if you watch streamers, they can do this, and they are critiquing their gameplay, but not to the degree that removing yourself and occupying the third-person space and watching yourself play the game back. It's so beneficial to do it, and I've given this tip 1,000 times over. I know my regular subscribers are probably really sick of hearing this story. That's going to do it today. We're going to talk about the late game next time and how you can close out matches without choking or making those, tiny last-minute adjustments. I told you the match had a sad end. I tried my absolute best, and I think the final score is like 39 and something, 39-11. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll be back again tomorrow with some Master Chief Collection. And have a great Saturday. Adios.